wife, Shauna. We have 4 grown children. The reason I want to be District 3 representative is just like you. I am very excited about the growth that we're going to have here in our county. I want as many people, if not everyone, as well as our businesses, to participate in the advantages of this growth. I'm also very excited about the new direction that our area has, the environmental attention, the green, the beautiful area that has attracted so many people to where we live now. And I want these two things to grow together in concert to where we're proud of them 10 years from now. I'm a real estate agent. I sell Chattanooga every day. Today, I showed houses from Hixson to Soddy Daisy. We talked about low crime. We talked about good schools. We talked about property taxes. 30 years ago, my father started a church at the intersection of Gold Point Circle and Hixson Pike. I've been coming out this direction that many years. I raised my children on the ball fields that your children played on. I know this area, and I believe I've got the experience to qualify me for this position. What I plan on doing is, first of all, controlling the costs of government. Sometimes it's darkest before the dawn. We need to get through this next period with no new taxes. I want to prepare for our growth. We need to have agencies that prepare our infrastructure to be financially sound, and they need to be cooperative with our developers. As we get growth, we'll be able to fund our new schools and the other services that come with them. As I've traveled around to Lakeside, to the volunteer fire department, I found out that our mayor must have big feet, because they all tell me, you got big shoes to fill. Well, I'm willing to put in the time, and I appreciate your support.
Thank you. Next, we have Randall Price.
Thank you. Mayor Coppinger, commissioners, fellow candidates, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Randall Price. Most people call me Randy. Well, my father used to call me Randall, but that's when I was in trouble a lot. I would like to be your representative on the county commission. I've been a resident of Hamilton County for 30 years. Most of those spent in the 3rd District. Back in 2006, I bought a small home on a Big Ridge. And in 2009, my wife and I took on a major remodeling project of that. I was acting as the contractor. I brought that entire project in under budget, which is something to do when you're trying to build a house. We have 2 children, actually they're my stepchildren, that are in the Hamilton County schools. Emily is at Big Ridge, and Jake is at CCA. And I think one of the most important things that we need to remember is that our education facilities and our education system is probably one of the most important things that we need to concentrate on as we go into the future. From the cleanup at Chattanooga Creek to the planning of the Tennessee Aquarium, and even to the tornadoes that hit the dam just a few months ago, during my professional career, I've been on the radio since 1980. In case some of you may recognize my voice, you may also recognize it as the roundhouse voice of the box back during the 80s and the 90s. And I've covered all those stories, and that's given me a chance to talk to people and meet people directly, and to find out what they're thinking, and to listen, especially to listen to a variety of different viewpoints. I am profoundly just in awe of our system of government. I think it's our responsibility, all of us, to talk to the folks that we represent, that we elected to represent us, be it local, state, or federal. And I think that we need to let them know how we think on particular issues. I know that I write my senator and my congressman, And as Mayor Coppinger and Commissioner Graham and others, I have written them letters and called them too. One of the most important things I think the county is going to be facing in the next few months is government consolidation. Back in August, Chattanooga Mayor Ron Littlefield said, quote, "I believe that County Mayor Ramsey, the county commissioners, and the city council can find ways to provide joint services. If that leads to the joining of governments, that's fine." Well, your representatives are going to need your input and your guidance on that question, because I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty interesting debate. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not a small businessman. I'm just working a regular job, just like a lot of you are. And I'm worried about the same things that the people in the 3rd District are. Is our education system working? How am I going to make ends meet in the next couple of months because of the economy? But the most important thing is, are our representatives listening to us, and are they using the money that we pay the government to run things wisely? If you put me on the county commission, the answer to that question will be yes.
Next, Sean Rogers.
Good evening, everyone. This is my first time doing this. I didn't come with a prepared speech. I wanted to thank everyone, for giving me an opportunity to do this. I am a resident of the District 3 area. I'm currently a training lieutenant with the Dallas Bay Fire Department. Been with that fire department for 7 years, looking at staying with them as long as they'll allow me to stay. I enjoy this community very much. Graduated from UTC. Been in the community probably, I think, 10, 12 years, off and on. What I see with this community is I see the ability for growth. I see us going further and further, and I really believe that someone of my age or someone younger should be allowed to represent this district. We come with different eyes, we come with different thoughts, we come with different perspectives of everything. And I don't think I can fill up 3 minutes, actually. I have served the state of Tennessee as a probation and parole officer. I have served the community as a private probation and parole officer for a local company. I have worked with drug and alcohol treatment within this community. I have seen this community from the best to the worst. And I've seen how this community has picked people up that have been at their worst and helped guided them back to where they are serving our community as well. I feel knowing the ability that people can go from the best in their life to the worst in their life and watch them come back is the greatest thing to ever watch. I have unfortunately put people behind bars, but I've also seen those people come back out from behind bars and go on with a productive life. So I feel with my ability to see that, my experience seeing that, that I will be able to help this community grow even further. So I thank you very much for allowing me to stand up here amongst everyone, commissioners, mayor, and the citizens of our community. And I hope that I'll be able to help you guys out as much as I can. Thank you.
Laura Shipley.
Thank you, Dr. Scheer. Hi, my name is Laurie Shipley, and I want to extend, like my fellow candidates, to Janelle, your team. Thank you very much for this. To the commissioners for coming out, Mayor Coppinger. Just a little bit about myself. I am a longtime resident of District 3. While my daughter attended DuPont Elementary, I was very active in the PTA there. As a matter of fact, served 2 years as their president. I'm currently on the board of directors for the North River Rotary Club, and I'm their incoming secretary. The commissioners have seen I've done a lot of community service, community work throughout the entire time that I have lived here in Chattanooga. And people have asked me why I want to do this. I was reminded, and I can very much so, last week was the 50th anniversary of JFK's inauguration. And part of his famous inauguration speech was, don't ask, not ask what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your country? Same thing. I have a great life here in District 3. I believe in District 3, and I want to serve the constituents of District 3. A little bit about my some of the things that, if I were so fortunate and blessed to be appointed to this position, that I really want to focus on. And when I say this, I'm not prioritizing them. They're almost on a level field. But one, District 3 is primed for growth, but we have to have smart economic growth that can be sustained. We don't need to have growth without a plan and then vacant buildings. We need sustainable, smart growth. Education, education, education. One thing that Mayor Ramsey said to me before he went on to Governor Haslam's administration was, especially when Volkswagen came in, we got them. We got them. Folks, we got Amazon. We got them. How are we going to keep them? How are we going to keep them? We're going to keep them by providing those companies with an educated workforce. I want the jobs here. My daughter is a freshman at Maryville College. I want her to come back to Chattanooga when she graduates. Third, crime. We've got to work on the crime rate. Right now, District 3, I'll be honest with you, if you don't think we have some sort of a gang problem, your head's in the sand. We really need to work on that to make our community safe for every resident and every person that lives here. And then finally, I'd like to say thank you to my husband. We're getting ready to celebrate our 25th anniversary. We met in the Navy. I'm a formal naval officer. He is a retired naval officer. So again, I wanted to say thank him for being here. And I look forward to talking to the commissioners, to any one of you. I'm very transparent. But again, I really, really believe in this district and its future.